Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
This is a beer about coconut and macaroons. Not the Macarena.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Chad from Beard Hops Podcast. I've got an interesting, probably call this a specialty beer, although it is produced year-round. But this one is from the Bruery. It's the first beer I've ever had from the Bruery. And I see these bottles and cans almost everywhere in Wisconsin. They are distributed in 29 states, as far as I know at this point. It's 29, maybe a little bit, maybe more. The Bruery has some really, really interesting beers out there, and I've always told myself I need to try one of those. They usually sell a lot of their beers in 750 ml bottles. They generally are a little bit on the pricey side, usually $20 to $35 for a bottle. This can was $10, but I figured I really need to break my way, pave the way. What I need to do, get started on drinking a beer from the Bruery. So this one is called Bakery. It's an Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels with coconut and natural flavors added. It says it's now serving coconut macaroons on the can here. It's a fun little can. It looks like a gingerbread house style bakery shop, I guess is the description I would give it. It's one of the wrapped labels, so it's a blank can and then has the shrink wrapping type of label on it. Government warning on the back. Does say right here, and by the way, a new view this week. Why not? I just thought I would give something new a try. I'm not really liking the fact that you can see a closet door over there, but that's where I keep all my... well, that's for another podcast. You can't really see it, but it says best stored and served at 45 degrees Fahrenheit. And there's a little picture of a snifter. So that's what I'm going to use. And obviously this is a 12-ounce snifter. This is a pint, what is this, a pint can? I'm not going to get the entire amount of beer into this snifter, but let's get it opened up and poured. The Bruery, by the way, is in Placentia, California. I had to practice that before I started recording this. I was still afraid I was going to say placenta, but Placentia. Let's see, out of the can. Not much aroma, really, out of the can. Just a very slight hint of vanilla. I don't really get much coconut out of the can. By the way, it also says on the can this is a 13% by volume beer, and 1.1 pint is on the front. So let's get it poured and see how it smells and sniffs and tastes. Got that Coca-Cola type of fizz that we generally hear on high ABV barrel-aged beers, dissipating very, very quickly, and now pretty much gone. Now I can smell a more sweet cookie kind of smell. I still don't really get any coconuts, or any coconut smell, but I can definitely, I keep looking down to where the camera used to be. It's up there now. Gotta pay attention. Yeah, it's got a very cookie-ish smell to it, perhaps bakery-ish smell. I don't smell any bourbon. I don't smell any coconut. I do get like a vanilla cookie. Man, I'm having trouble talking. A vanilla cookie smell. So let's see how it tastes. Okay. Well, I mean, it's really, really good. It's a nice Imperial Stout base flavor. You do get a little bit of busy. Oh my God, maybe I should start this whole freaking thing over. You do get a little bit of booziness at the end, and actually the aftertaste outbound breath is somewhat coffee-ish. The coffee on the out breath after the drink is unexpected, but it does taste generally what they say it's going to taste like. It's a vanilla cookie. There's a slight hint of coconut. It's very much just not a high boozy taste, but it's a boozy Imperial Stout flavor, which for me is delicious. So I'm gonna give this one. I think it's up there. I'm gonna give this one an initial rating of 4.25, just based on the fact that it's really super easy to drink at 13% for a high ABV beer. It's got excellent flavors front to finish. I don't think that initial rating has anything to do with the fact that this is my very first brewery beer. But really, honestly, I'm not even sure you could call this a specialty beer after drinking it. When I grabbed it off the shelf, that's what I was thinking. But tasting it, it just tastes like a really good, well done bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. 4.25. That's really good. So the Bruery, hold on. Oh, it's really good. Really good. And I think my serving temperature is probably right about 45 degrees. The refrigerator is 37, so I took it out probably 45 minutes ago, and I think that probably had just enough time to warm it up right into the low to mid 40s. So the Bruery started in 2008 by Patrick Roux and his dad Mike Roux, which is where the spelling of the brewery comes from. It's not the traditional way that you see the word brewery, Bruery. So this started as what a typical independent brewery starts as a home brewer, kind of became obsessed with it and turned it into a business. So they are still considered an independent brewery. However, they are owned. There is an investment firm in Massachusetts they're called Castania Partners, and they do own a majority stake in the brewery. And what that means is they have a board of directors now where 3 seats are held by the investment firm, 2 seats are held by Patrick and his dad, Mike. So they are still considered an independent brewery. They are not owned by a big beer conglomeration. However, they do have investors that have just poured some money into the brewery. So that happened in 2017. And at the time, they were producing about 15,000 barrels of beer a year, distributing 13,000 barrels of it, and holding back a couple thousand for barrel aging process, which they've got 4,500 barrels in their aging program. Decent-sized brewery. It's interesting that you see them as often as I do, and it may be just because I'm in Wisconsin as one of the 29 states that they get distributed to, so you might not see them everywhere, but I see their beers occupy a lot of shelf space in several of the regular places that I shop for beer. So, the interesting thing about this being my first one, I may have just picked one of the ones that I just really, really like out of their year-round series, which this beer is 1 out of 4 that I could find that they currently produce year-round. And it just makes me want to go definitely grab one of the beers that I see all the time. And it probably doesn't even matter. They do a lot of farmhouse ale type of beers through their Terreau segment of the company. And then they've got that focuses on farmhouse style ales and oak aged sour ales. And then their other, well, they call it the offshoot beer company, is a part of the brewery, and it's all IPAs. I have not seen any of those yet, but I see the Terreau series everywhere. So it's kind of got me excited to try some of these. So this is a 13% ABV beer. The IBUs are not given on their website. This particular one was just released in 2018. It's worked its way into their year-round series. Let's go over to Untappd and Beer Advocate to see what they think of this one. I think it's going to be highly rated. Okay, so yeah, no IBUs given on Untappd. It's been checked in, it was added to Untappd August 6th, 2018. Total check-ins just under 16,000, with 14,700 of those being unique. It has an average rating of 4.11. And Beer Advocate has 168 ratings with where does it say? It does not say when it was added. It does say it's a rotating availability, although the website does say year-round. 4.18 out of 5. So My initial of 4.25, right there in line with what a lot of people think of this one. It's really a good, really good. I mean, it's an exceptional Imperial Stout. Really happy with this purchase. I mean, it's $10. I'm really glad that that I like it. I hate spending the $10 on a beer that I've never had before, knowing nothing about it. But I have heard good things about Bruery beers from a couple of other Untapped users over the past few months. So it's kind of piqued my interest on it. So it's really good. I really enjoyed this one. I hope everybody had a great week and has a great weekend. And if you find one of these in your store, I wouldn't hesitate spending the $10 on it. If you can release $10 to enjoy one beer, well, it's a pint. I think it's worth the $10. So if you find it, enjoy it. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week. Prost.
I am not trying to do Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosas buenas. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosas buenas. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosas buenas. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena.